Hey, what's up? This is Damien from Angelwolf Studios. Today, we're talking about Etsy. Hold on. This is going to be a ride. What is Etsy? Etsy is a e-commerce marketplace where you can go and post and sell anything that you make that's handmade or vintage. Setting up an account with Etsy is pretty easy. Just go in, you log in, and you give out full details of every product that you want to do, and you can even put in variations. You can suggest customizations. You can suggest personalizations. It's a very useful tool. If you are just starting out, this is the perfect website for you to go to because it doesn't cost much to post an item for people to see. Matter of fact, it's only 20 cents per listing. Now, no, this video is not sponsored by Etsy. I just want to be able to tell you exactly what, or my perception of what Etsy does for you. Okay? Now, one of the things that Etsy does for you is that it helps attract people to your shop. They're very popular. A lot of people are going towards Etsy thanks to their commercials and the shows that they are involved in, say on HGTV and other platforms. And they bring a lot of organic visitors. These are people that you probably would not have been able to get on your own in the beginning. Along with all of that, there are some tools. If you search through the dashboard of the Etsy, your Etsy site, you'll see that there are various tools. Like you can make coupons, you can make sales, you can make gift cards, things like that, to help when somebody sees your work, that it'll help them to purchase it. There have been some changes in the last few years. One being they want you to, as much as possible, sell your items with a free shipping, because they've checked all the analytics from all the different shops, and they say if you sell your items for free shipping, people will look at them more. Now, there are some other fees that come along with selling an item. Now, posting an item, not that big of a deal. The fees come in after you sell the item. If you sell an item, I don't have like all of the actual numbers. There are plenty of videos on here that have all of the numbers that you need to figure out how much Etsy is going to be taking out of what you sell. But the good practice is, whatever an Etsy is taking out, you add that back into your price as a cost for selling that item. And the easiest way to initially increase the amount of people that come to your shop is not just have a lot of, have good items to sell. You get featured in Etsy after you post 10 items on the site. Sounds easy, right? For some, yes. For some, no. Otherwise, a good practice would be for you to build your brand. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you can, build your brand to broaden your reach to see people who could be interested in your items. Now, once that's done, then you'll have a lot more people coming to your site. We'll take my mom, for instance. My mother is the owner and, just the owner of Black Ribbon Studio. My mother doesn't put up a lot of things on Etsy, but when she does, they're gone. My mother built up her brand on YouTube and has a following, and just from mentioning to her following that she has these items, they all go to look, and they've disappeared. Whatever she puts on the internet, as far as sell on Etsy to sell, disappears immediately. Now, I still have to work up towards that, but that's how you do it. Now, there is a downside to using Etsy, believe it or not. You have to, the entire time that you're using Etsy, you have to remember, this is not just a platform for you to sell your items. Etsy is also a business. So they want to protect their business at all costs. Now, I have been hearing, if you go to Reddit, r Etsy on Reddit, r/Etsy on Reddit, you will see there's a lot of people complaining about having their shops shut down for various reasons. One of the biggest ones was people who only have a limited amount of their items on Etsy and have more items on a website somewhere else. And they were messaging their potential customers saying, hey, go over to my website. I think there's something there that you might like. Just a simple, here's a link, go over to my website. That's all that was needed for Etsy to say, no, your shop's shut down. They don't want you to redirect customers to a different site. They want you to bring more people to their site. This goes the same for every other platform that you ever use. If you ever heard, YouTube does not want you to talk about live streaming on another platform when they offer live streaming, for example. Etsy does not want you to talk about another website when you have products on their site that you sell. Make sense? Secondly, Etsy has policies. You are also able to make policies for your shop. But one thing you have to remember is Etsy policies always trump the policies that you put out. So, this is one of those things I've mentioned in the other videos. If you sell an item, you are able to, like when you post your listings in the first place, you have the ability to write down how long it's going to take to be created, with a processing time before you ship that item. You need to hold to that time frame. You're only allowed to change it one time. If you're having trouble and you need to have a couple more weeks or a couple more days or whatever, you can choose on a drop down list how much more time you need, but you can only do this one time in the entire existence of this listing on Etsy. After that, you really need to be able to deliver or have a extremely understanding customer. Because as soon as the customer complains for any reason, Etsy will look at the sale, and if they see that the sale has taken too long to be shipped, they will tell you to refund everything. Every penny. Not a partial refund, everything. Now, even if you are the type of person that uses, say, part of the money to buy the materials for the project that you're working on, they will still tell you to give all of that back. That doesn't matter to Etsy. There's another story is there is a guy on TikTok. He's also a woodworker, does something similar to what I do, and he got sick. There were days, sometimes weeks, when he wasn't able to do anything because he was sick. Etsy just issued everybody that had items on his page, just started issuing out refunds to these people. So not only was he sick, he was also losing money that he really needed for rent and other utility and bills and things and materials. He found out, even though Etsy should be notifying you when this happens, he only found out after he finished a project and shipped it to a customer. And the customer was like, okay, thank you, but you already gave me a refund for this. Shortly after that, Etsy shut his shop. So be mindful that, again, this is not your business. You're only using their business to improve yours. And you still have to follow their rules in order to do so. Now, a lot of people you'll see here on YouTube are complaining about the fees going up for this reason or the other. One of the reasons that I have experienced where Etsy would increase the fees was simple. Etsy started a new program that you were able to opt out of, where if you make over a certain threshold in the last 12 months, then they would include your items in advertising. These are advertising wherever they put out advertising. Now, if somebody clicks on that advertising and comes to your page, this extra advertising that was put out, Etsy says, okay, thank you. We helped you. Now we need you to pay for that service. It's a service that they give out for free in advance, and you don't have to pay anything if nothing comes of it. And basically, the person that does click on your site has 30 days from that click to make a purchase for this to happen. If they wait 31 days, 32 days, then you don't have to pay that um, that fee. Now, recently, there's been some more uproar about fees going up, and people say for no reason at all. You got to remember, this is a business. They have people to pay. They have a website to manage. So if their costs go up, they have to reimburse that or get that cost from that money from somewhere. And since there are millions of us on Etsy, that's the best place for them to get it. They're not getting it from the buyers. So basically, they will say that is your job to transfer those fees over to the buyer. So if they raise their price that you have to pay for selling an item, then you should be raising your price to match. Making videos about how much you hate Etsy for whatever reason. Again, this is not sponsored. This is just my opinion. Because guess what? For an entire year, I didn't use Etsy, and it was a mistake. I was in my feels, and it was a mistake to stop using Etsy. So what if I have one or two items that get refunded? Etsy was still bringing me customers. And I'm thankful for that. That's why I decided this year, or was it this year? Thinking like at the very end of last year, I decided to go back to Etsy and try to do my best not to piss them off. Because that's the last thing I need. I don't need them to be pissed off to close my shop for any reason. So, do your research. Before you go to Etsy, think about it. Don't just listen to everybody that's talking negatively about Etsy. Talk to the people that are also talking positively about it. Because some things may outweigh the negative. But again, you have to remember, they're also a business. They need their money. You just have to make sure that your prices cover it. All right. Whew, that was a lot. And I was waiting to get this off my chest for a long time. So, all right. So if you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. Hit that notification bell if you would like to be notified when I post more. And I'll see you in the next video.